1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Put it back up there. I want to go see it. Do you guys know what to do when you want to change someone's behavior? Most of you might say you do, but I probably bet you don't know how to change someone's behavior. We're going to discuss positive reinforcement and negative reinforcement and how effective one can be over the other. I was an assistant teacher and a school support specialist for 9 years at a non-public school. And I worked with kids with autism, emotional disturbance, behavior issues, pretty much anything you can think of with this disorders. So we had a lot of kids with anger issues that broke stuff, AWOL'd, got in fights, cursed each other out, didn't follow any directions. And the funny thing is, as a school when I was first there, for the first 4 years when I was working there, our school kind of focused on negative reinforcement and negative punishment and negative consequences. It's kind of funny because these parents raised these children with the same situation in the same environment. These kids were yelled at, cursed at, hit, never really positively reinforced, and they come to our school and we did the same exact thing. Not hit them obviously, but negatively reinforce the same behaviors. And we expected something different, which just kind of makes no sense when you think about it. So when I was there, our incident report numbers were around 350 per year as a school. And when we switched over to positive interventions, our incident report numbers dropped to 55 in a school year. That's a drastic difference. And not only did the incident report numbers drop by a ton, our culture and our climate with our students was amazing. It was a positive environment and a positive area for students and staff members. So we're going to talk about what is negative reinforcement and what is positive reinforcement. So first off, when you have goals such as these, when you want someone to change a behavior, you need to have some successes lined up for them. So this is for my 5-year-old son, and he's able to have about 7 goals right now. So we want him to feel success. So doing homework, he loves to do. He wants to come home and start homework right away. Don't ask me why, he just does. He likes taking care of the pets. So those are 2 goals that he picked out that he wants to achieve, and he's going to feel success with them. That's why we have them on there, so he can feel happy about it and feel accomplished. The other goals are kind of what me and my wife want him to work on, and these are things that we're going to discuss in more detail. So after you have your goals lined up, some people might only have 2 goals or 7 or 5, depends on the age and what they're able to handle, but make sure you always have one that they can be successful in. So for negative reinforcement, it would go something like this. So today is Tuesday, you have all the tokens already lined up, and Cameron would come home from school and he would do his homework or he would not. And if he didn't do his homework, we would say, Cameron, let's go to your room. And did you do your homework? He would say no, and I'd take it off. So that whole situation was negative, pretty much. We didn't talk about anything. We didn't present his homework to him. We didn't reinforce him doing his homework. We just said, did you do it? And he didn't, and we took it off. So that's pretty much a negative situation throughout. That's nothing positive. So that would be the case for all these situations when you're using negative reinforcement. You would just talk about it. Did you do it? You didn't. You lost something. And there's really no positive situations happening. So for positive reinforcement, we're going to show you how that works. So doing your homework. When Cameron comes home from school, he's going to sit down and do his homework. While he's doing it, I'm going to be saying, great job, Cameron. You did an awesome job with your homework. Great job sitting down and getting focused. It can be as simple as a high five. It can be a hug. It can be a silly dance. And the main thing that with positive reinforcement that parents will say they don't do, but they actually do, is they think, why is my child getting bribed to do homework? That should just be expected of them. And I agree, it should be expected. However, if you want them to do homework, I don't think a handshake or a high five or a hug or saying great job is that difficult to give your child if they need that reinforcement. If you need to, using money and stuff like that, that is an issue. That's not positive reinforcement. That's just giving somebody money and bribing them to do something. That's totally different. So people confuse the two with paying for someone to do something or giving them candy. If you do your homework, I'll give you candy. That's not positive reinforcement. That's bribing. Those are 2 different situations. So Cameron came home and did his homework. We're going to say, great job, Cameron, you did all your homework. He would go to his room and pick out a color he likes or whatever it says he would love, and he's going to put it on his board. He gained something. Now you can go one step farther and even say, if you earn 10 tokens, you can buy something or you can get a special treat. But he has to earn them and he has to do those behaviors. But you don't have to do that. Most people are okay with social praise and social recognition and feeling good about themselves. So doing homework and taking care of pets is kind of cut and dry. It's kind of like you did it or you didn't. So how do we positively reinforce the other behaviors that aren't yes or no? So the main thing, we'll talk about showing respect. So what does that look like when you positively reinforce that situation? The main point is, and this works with spouses, and it works with children, and it works with people in general. If you want someone to change their behavior, going in a circle and having negative response, negative response, negative response never is going to fix anything. When someone shows you a kind, says something nice to you or does something nice, you need to show that you acknowledge that situation and say, thanks for talking that way, thanks for acting like that. They need to feel that positive reinforcement from you, and they're going to strive to feel that more often. And it's proven, science has proven that it works better than negative reinforcement by far. So for Cameron, he would come home from school and would have the rest of the night with him, and we'll say, were you respectful? And he doesn't, first of all, you need to make sure he knows what that even means. So what does respect mean? We'll teach him that. So for being respectful means saying please and thank you, listening when your parents say to do something, listening to your teachers when they say to do something. So he already knows the guidelines for showing respect. And if he did it, he will get a token. So he will also get that one. So the main thing, like I said, it's crazy how in the school I worked at, it was night and day based on positive and negative reinforcement. When we did negative consequences, negative reinforcement, the school was off the hook. It was always chaotic, chasing your tail, chasing around kids, trying to put out fires. When you're doing positive reinforcement, you're being proactive and you're teaching the positive life skills. And it can work for adults, like I said, too. It's just how you treat people and how you say things to people. So that's why I would choose positive reinforcement over negative reinforcement.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good.
How else is it supposed to be?
So
So,
homework
6:30.
might be